For decades, entry into Palestine has been controlled by the Israeli occupation forces. Humiliation at borders and checkpoints is routine. The illegal siege, meanwhile, of Gaza has seen Israel blockading all access to the region by land, sea, air and nowadays even tunnel. Now an international coalition is sending a fleet of ships to break that siege.
I can't wait. I can't wait till freedom comes and life will be so dear. I can't wait till the darkness goes after all these years. There's a light on the horizon and darkness starts to fade. And all the shadows of their deep dark corners reveal what was in their shade. There's always reason for complaining, but there also comes a time when people put their hands together and resolve all nations' crimes. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine. If we agree that we're all equal, then why infringe on others' rights? Abuse their power and their magnitude. Do they believe that right is mine? Just to feed the greed of the corporate industries, they declare a permanent state of war in their ministries. Do they think the people of the world don't see the discrepancies? Spread democracy is the word, but the truth is malignancy. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine. What's that justification for the destruction of these nations? For all the killing and billing and all the banking and spilling, takes us one step back into humanity and one step forward into primitivity. Free Palestine, free Iraq right now. It's the only way we can advance anyhow. Let's join our hands together, put these words into effect. Let's return to the world as self-respect. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine. What we need is some positive effect, something real to reinforce our self-respect. Do you feel the effect? It's quite direct. What you feel when you put your hand in mine.
Let's begin by talking about the boats to Gaza. You've joined hands with a very small movement called the Free Gaza Movement, and Turkey has now become a centre for sending ships to Gaza. When are the ships going, and how did you get involved with this?
The ships are moving, probably on mid of May. If everything goes okay, we are planning to move mid of May. And participation around Turkey and around the world, it's really amazing. So people really supporting international arena, international organizations, really supporting the boat to Gaza. It is so good and going really perfect.
How did you raise the money? Are these individual contributions, or has IHH put in a lot of money to buy a boat?
You see, the IHH, it's a kind of humanitarian relief organization and human rights organization, is working and getting the money from the public. It is totally public donations. For the boat to Gaza, it is just, the donations from the public and international organizations such as, from Greece, from Norway, from England, from America, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from many countries. Those, people, who are interested in the project of Boat to Gaza, they are joining us to support, and they are really contributing a lot.
Very good. We'll come back to you in a moment, Dermos, to find out more about what's going on those boats to Gaza. Well, while IHH prepare to get there, our reporter Yusuf Al-Halou, as you well know, is already there. This is his first report.
Palestinians living in the besieged Gaza have learned to deal with the abnormal as normal. Everything is relative as life in the Gaza Strip continues. But the continuing effects of the closure and the visible reminders of trauma among the children of Gaza, who suffer the most from the severe post-traumatic stress disorder and devastation, make normality, even the standards of the Gaza Strip, an illusion. However, flashback memories of the tragedy are ever present. To allay the psychological effects, traumas, and the pain of loss of a parent or family member, some local and international non-governmental organizations arranged activities to give children the opportunity to express themselves and enjoy a day out.
Gaza's children have the right to live, have the right to play, have the right to education, and they miss all the minimum condition and the criteria for their rights due to the continuous siege, due to the Israel procedures and Israeli crimes.
Through hosting such events, organizers say that they aim to bring a smile on children's faces. The children here are deprived of their rights to have fun due to lack of recreational facilities. Even toys are rare and cannot be found in Gaza. Children who make up about 50% of Gaza's population say that they are happy to take part in such activities. Organizers say these are aimed at reducing the psychological effects of war and helping them overcome their emotional traumas. Yusuf Al-Halou, reporting for Viva Palestine, Gaza.
Well, still with me now from Istanbul is the Vice President of Turkish human rights organisation, IHH, Dermos Aydin. Dermos, we were talking a moment ago about the ships that you're sending to Gaza. What are you going to put on the ships? What's most needed?
Well, in fact, there are many things you would like to put in the ship, but as you know, there are many limitations because we are taking a few cargo ship, and one of them is so big. It is 3,500 tons. But when you look at the reality, we can put some basic needs, especially medical aid, cement, and iron. But we wish to put more things, but there are many limitations. But we will do our best to add many as possible those iron and cement and other medical aid supplies. So if we can bring those things at the first stage, at the first boat to Gaza, and later stage for our second trip or third trip, we would like to take more aid to Gaza.